Welcome to Data Lineage Part 2, and in this video I just want to show you a quick example of some of the system functions we can use to help you in Transact SQL with getting some data lineage information. Notice I'm going to click on Start All Programs, go to SQL Server 2012 and open my Management Studio, and I'm just going to run a quick little simple query here to show you some of the various functions that you can use. And then of course you can add these to some of your insert commands when you're loading your data tables. So I'll just connect up here and then we'll jump out here and create a new query. So I'll go into the AdventureWorks Data Warehouse 2012. I'll create a new query and then I will just check to make sure that I'm in the correct context here on this drop down, and I am. AdventureWorks Data Warehouse 2012, and what I'm going to do is just show you a very simple select statement. I'm going to put some white space in here. Notice if I do app underscore name, notice IntelliSense will pick that up for me. I'll have to put open and close quotes as app name. Alright, and if I execute that, you will notice that it returns Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio query. So know that someone ran a query to get that in there. And then I can run, database principal ID. And you see that one right there. Open, close the quotes. And I'll do this as DB principal. I won't put a comma on that. I'll run that one, and you can see the DB principal is 1. That may not tell us a whole lot of information, but then we can do username as user, and I'll execute that one and let you see it. Oh, and I can't use a keyword, but I can make it a literal by putting it in single quotes, and that will make it legal. And the user is DBO, and the notice database owner, that's simply because my particular login is part of the sysadmin group. But notice I can get the name still. I think I can do the S username. Notice right here, S username is another one of these functions. As and I'll just do it as name. And then notice when I run this one, how cool is that? It sees that I was logged in as the administrator in the VTCSP domain or work group in this case. And then there's one really cool one that I can get here, and that is connection property. Now when I call this one, I have to pass the particular property that I'm looking for, and notice I can choose client underscore net underscore address and close my literal, and I'll just do that as client ADDR. And this one's pretty neat. When I run that one, notice it says local machine. Now if I can get that information, it's from a remote machine, I can see some address information right here. So as you can see, I can start to use this stuff and inject all sorts of things into my data lineage as I bring it in, and of course current timestamp as current date. And then when I run that one, of course, that time stamps this. Notice 1/20/2013, 22/12/49, and 417 milliseconds. So you can use this to get a lot of information. So when I'm doing my inserts into my data warehouse, whether it be at the dimension table or the fact table, I can use these functions to just drop that information in there. It'll be dynamic. Every time I run it, I'll see that stuff. So anyway, play with these in different scenarios, and you can use these to help you handle data lineage, and being able to go back and see where this came from right here, how it got here, the address that it came from, the user that put it in can tell you a lot of things about it, the date that it went in can tell you a lot of things about it. Then I can go back and pull data based on when it was loaded. I don't want anything loaded before this particular date, everything loaded after a particular date. Gives you a lot of possibilities for maintaining lineage on your data and then using that lineage later to get just the data you need. So anyway, hope that helps you with data lineage.